This is just a brief video to outline the latest map that we've created at the Centre of Full Employment and Equity, which is a research centre at the University of Newcastle, Australia. I wrote a brief blog on it today, and that followed a blog that I wrote the other day about possible causalities in building an explanation for the riots. So let's just go here. This was my brief blog today, and this gives us takes us to the Centre of Full Employment and Equity at the University of Newcastle, and here's our map that we produced, which relates British local unemployment to the incidents, the riot incidents in the August 2011 riots. The shaded layer is the I'll just refresh that. The shaded layer is the local area unemployment rates from the Office of National Statistics as at September 2010, and the legend tells you the different unemployment rates in the shaded areas, which are the data collection zones that the ONS uses. The dark blue is significantly below the national average, which was about 8% at this point, and the red clearly is above 10.5%, so very high unemployment rates, and in some cases those rates can go well above 10.5. Around the yellow regions, which in this map are this beige colour, are about the average national average for Britain at that time. And the red markers are the document the localities of the riot incidents that were collected by various sources and published by the UK Guardian. So how this is a Google map, and so we can zoom into it, and for example let's look around the London area where it all started, and I'm just zooming into the London area. And we might just go at one level of zoom. So here we have around, this is the Tottenham area where the violence started, the riot started, and you can see very clearly a strong concentration of very high unemployment areas, well above the national average areas, with some anomalies close by, some spatial spillovers, but by and large the concentration of the incidences are in the very high unemployment areas. Let's just zoom out again and get a broader picture. There's clearly some anomalies around Oxford and these areas here, which are very low unemployment area, but you can see the concentration here in North London, then going down into the South London area around Croydon and Brixton and around those areas. And if you click on one of these markers, it will bring up from the database what actually happened there, the source, some picture links, the date and time, basically the chronological details and what happened for each of the incidents that are in the database, which is a fairly exhaustive database. Let's just zoom out again, and you get a feeling, here is a very strong concentration around the Birmingham area, which has very high unemployment. Around the Leicester area, around the Nottingham area, very high concentration and very high unemployment. And also in the Liverpool area, some around Manchester. Manchester is above average unemployment, all these brownie areas, which is this area on the legend. Clearly there are some exceptions around Grimsby and Hull, the Hull area, around Hartlepool and Middlesbrough around that area. No incidents north. In Scotland with very high unemployment. But by and large, the correlation between areas of riots, this concentration here, and this concentration here, and this concentration here, relate to the fact that these areas are also very high unemployment rate areas. And clearly that doesn't establish causality, but it certainly provides a basis for a research agenda. So that's where I'll end it. I just think that that's an important graphical device to help us understand the spatial distribution of the riots and the spatial distribution of unemployment. And of course, unemployment is related to significant disadvantage, drives poverty, drives social alienation, and a range of other social pathologies like family breakdown, increased crime, increased alcohol and drug dependence, and all of the related pathologies that more generally relate to social alienation and social exclusion. And I'll leave it there. Thank you.